Hey Sean, I can see him coming up the grass. I saw you hook into, it's a jumbo. It's a jumbo. Jumbo. Jumbo alert. Jumbo alert.
Oh my God. Oh
That's
my God.
13, 14 inches, brother.
Oh my God.
What is it?
Oh
It's
my
a
God.
jumbo.
It's a mama.
Look at that thing.
Look at the size of it. Oh, mwah.
That's a nice one, dude.
That's like one of the biggest perch I've ever caught in my entire life.
Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Steve from Natural Selection Angling, and I'm coming back at you today with another great video. This one is how to make a high-low rig that won't get tangled and that's visible in dirty water and low-light conditions and can't be bit off. How do we do this? Well, first thing we do is we gather up this short materials list. Now, I'm going winter perch fishing, so that's going to inform how this rig is going to be built. It's going to be very light line. This is 10-pound test fluorocarbon, and I'm just pinching it and drawing it through my fingers to get rid of its memory. All right, now it has no memory, much like most of you stoners that are watching this right now. We're going to create the bottom dropper loop about a foot up from the bottom. So let's get that started. I know it's hard to see this really thin fluorocarbon line on the right-hand side of your screen, so I've enlisted Fishing Knot Tutorial 1747 to do a close-up version with high-vis line on the left-hand side so you can follow along the job steps. You're just going to double over this line and then take that doubled over line and create a loop in it. Then you're going to wind the end back through that loop several times. The thinner the line, the more times you should do this. So there's our first loop, and I want these loops to be about 2.5 to 3 inches long. Now we're going to create the rest of the T-knot. And again, our old buddy here, Fishing Knot Tutorial 1747, is going to give us the close-up high-vis view. Going to cross over the tag ends across each other, and then you're just going to wind them one over the top of the other. And you're creating a loop in the middle with several twists on each side. This is going to help form a very firm T-knot that helps your dropper loop stay straight out from the standing line. Now we'll just pull that loop that we created through and pull the little knot all the way through that opening we just created, and then start to work the knot closed. And once you get it nearly complete, make sure you wet it before you cinch it down fully. And there you have it, a perfect T-knot. Okay, now we're going to create the second loop, and we're going to do this about 6 or 7 inches from the other one.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago I snuck up on Wendy and totally 6'7" her from behind.
You know I had to put that one in there. Now, the reason I'm going to put these loops pretty close together is because I'm fishing for winter perch, and I know they're going to be pressed against the bottom, so I want both baits very close to one another, very close to the bottom. Now, of course, you can adjust this as needed to meet the conditions and species that you're encountering. I'm going to put on a snap swivel about a foot below the bottom loop. That length can be adjusted as needed, but let's start with about a foot, and we can always shorten that if we need to get the baits closer to the bottom. Now I'm putting a snap swivel on this end so that I can change weights quickly. Now up at the top, we're going to add this barrel swivel. This is going to keep our main line, our standing line, from twisting. Yep, spot on. Okay, so here's what the line looks like now. You've got a snap on the bottom, first T-knot about a foot up, about another 7 inches, you got your second T-knot with your second dropper loop, and then you've got a barrel swivel at the top. Now we're gonna take this glow tubing and we're gonna add some flare to this high-low rig. The glow tubing is not just gonna glow, but it's also gonna protect from bite-offs. Let's cut a piece about the same length as our loop, but a little bit shorter. I just push my bobbin threader through this tubing and I'll pull that line through, but you could just as easily thread through a piece of monofilament, tie it onto the piece you want to pull through, and then pull it back through. Just draw this through the tubing until the loop comes out the other end. And now you see that this is too small to work with, there's no slack. So we're just gonna grab a hold of that loop and we're gonna force the tubing up over the T-knot so we have enough slack to work with the knot. Just select your hook size based on your application. This is a number 8 octopus hook. We'll just put the doubled over line through the eye, slide the hook through the loop, and then snug it up on the eye. Now we're going to add a soft glow bead, and you can really use any shape or color or size you want. These are about 5mm orange fluorescent glow beads. I'm just going to slip, because it's soft, I can slip it right over the hook point. So I'll just slip it over the hook point, bring it over the eye of the hook, and get that in place. Okay, now we're going to advance that tubing down against the bead. And you'll see that the dropper loop comes tight. Now the hook can be oriented and pointed up the way that I like it. So when the rig is sitting on the bottom, the hook point's facing up. Okay, now we're just going to repeat the process for the second loop. So we'll go ahead and put the bobbin threader through and just go through this process again. The tubing's going to glow and the bead is going to glow, and you'll see when this is in the dark, it kind of looks like a little minnow with an orange head, right? So that's kind of like the kill dot that the fish are looking for, and that's why I like that orange bead close to the hook. All right, so, you know, I'm going perch fishing, but where I like to fish, you never know, you could get into some toothy critters like a big trout or a walleye or some other species that can easily bite you off. But this tubing is really going to protect that dropper loop. It's 10-pound test, but it's doubled over, and now it's got tubing on top of it. You can use clear tubing or any color tubing. It doesn't have to be glow. But I like to make these rigs versatile, and so with glow, it's going to be great for fishing at night and in murky water, and also deep when the sun is up. And there it is, the complete rig. Now, as conditions or the way your fishing changes, you can change out the weight quickly. That's why I like the snap swivel at the bottom. You know, you tie on 3/8, but you realize you need a half, or whatever the case may be. So I can change this out and use a walking type sinker and drift. The idea for me is I don't like to tie knots on the boat. I like to just be ready to fish. Now, what's the point in having this great tangle-free rig if you just throw it into your tackle box and it ties itself in knots? So let's store it the right way while we're at it. This is just a piece of closed cell packing foam that I got from a delivery. I cut it to size, cut a few notches in the ends, and I'll wind up the leader material on it. and just keep this all nice and clean and straight. When we get to the end, it's real simple, man. You take this little barrel swivel and you just push it vertically down into the foam, and there it stays. And we'll just stick these hooks into the foam and keep them from hooking onto anything else. And you got tangle-free storage of your tangle-free rig. So there it is, people. I mean, this was a pretty cool one. I hope you got some value out of it. The thing came out really great. Look at that UV. And really nice glow too. It was really fun to make this video today, and I hope you guys got some value out of it. And if you did, please consider liking and subscribing and setting the alert bell so you don't miss anything else. Take care of yourselves and each other.